Click skills, adamantium mercenaries. Oh wow, what's that? We have new items for sale and the demon set again, and now it's 25% off, so it's just 192 gold, fuck that. Okay, but if you're some kind of a rich guy, well, let's discuss whether to buy it or not. Well, I start with the least powerful thing here. We got the Fury, we got the Grief. These are pretty okay if you ask me. They have a chance to counter in case of the Fury, and if the agent has all of these Dark Void, Death Frost, Poison, Burning, whatever effects on him, this one applies it straightly to one enemy in his counterattack. That's really okay if you ask me. The Grief, well, that's quite good because it exploits attrition if your agent has Burning, and therefore this one can really do lots of damage. But it's nothing with the other pieces or fighting against an enemy who gives you all those nice debuffs. So let's discuss the signpost. This one's so fucking awesome. Well, you guys, if you could buy it for 64G, I would say yes, straight. Don't think buy it, just buy it. This one's really awesome because it sucks off energy and stamina from your enemy team and directly pushes it into your agent, and that's really awesome. You can it has no cooldown for real, so this is really great. Hotshot. Well, this one's great as well because it can apply melt armor to all enemies, which is great. And in addition to that, this one can use stun with a high chance to all enemies if your agent has Burning. So if this one would be 64G, I would say, yeah, you could do that. Well, why not? But the Grief, nah. Fury, nah. Signpost, yeah. So the whole bundle for 192 gold, I would say no. But if you just have 192 gold to spare for that weapon set, I would suggest why not take the Thorny with you. Because you could skip those Fury and Griefs and just apply all the needed debuffs with this shiny scepter. Yes, this one applies pincushion to all enemies and gives your agent a magic shield. It's quick action, and this one has chance to counter attacks with bleeding. So it's pretty awesome to use with a demon set or demon set pieces, but alone it's just meh and definitely not worth 128G if you ask me. So, by the way, I have something to tell you about that weapon set. If you want to use it or you have some parts of it, just consider the Hard Knocks. There is it. Yeah. It's like the unofficial brother of the demon set. It has Dark Bargain as well, and if your agent has Burning, this one grants a massive bonus to attack and preemptively counters enemy attacks with Burnies. Burning enemies. And it applies Soulfire, which is kind of like Burning, but it removes debuffs, so it buffs. So it's quite great to know if you have some parts of the weapon set. But now skip this whole set. I want to tell you something. If you really have 128G, spend it on Scroll of Rutamarroth. Why? Well, this one's really awesome. It's a quick action as well, and it applies to all enemies. And why is that such a big thing? Well, you could apply with a quick action Soulfire, which removes debuffs. Incapacitation, which is like a chance to stun. Generalized to all enemies, and the main thing here is manipulated. And what's manipulated? I never heard of that. Well, you have. If you fight against Pestilence Beast, you know you can't remove the debuffs. So that's the same thing this scroll does. Your enemies just can't remove debuffs anymore, and because it applies slowed on your agent, you got it from the first turn. In addition to that, it applies nice opportunist effects, which is or really nice to have anytime. So, if you have 128G, I would say yes, buy this. Buy it now. But if not, well, perhaps you have some gold to spare on the new suits. Let's discuss them. I will just switch to the window and we'll take a look. So, as you can see, I have them, and I really love them. I nearly just use these because they are more effective than the other ones. Well, what's up with these? Well, all those suits have a passive, and this passive makes you immune to your class disadvantage. So the tactician one is immune to exhausted, the blaster one is immune to impaired, the bruiser one is immune to neutralized and winded and off balance, etc, etc. And every one of these has a nice passive. This one applies fumbling. It applies fumbling, so just think of that. Yeah, if you have a stealthy area attack, like the weather control device, it can't be protected against, yeah? And it applies fumbling to all enemies. And you counter every attack. That's really awesome. It's really awesome. Yeah, so this one's really great. The Scrapper suit, well, this is great. It prevents counter and follow-up attacks from enemies. So it's like a heroic Age Iron Fist suit. It's great. In addition, it applies wide open. That's awesome as well. So, yeah, it's an awesome suit. The Bruiser one, it's perfect protector. Why? Because you're immune to neutralized, and you got reduced damage received by 25%, and it automatically protects, so you don't need to have some protective item. And with single target attacks, this one has a chance to apply cover, which is awesome. Yeah, so if you need a protector agent, this one's the suit to go for. But if you need to do really lots of damage, go for the Blaster Safeguard suit. Well, this one has really high attack stats, and because you're immune to impaired, you can crit the shit out of the enemy team. You have an automatic shield which absorbs incoming damage, and if you're attacking enemy like Scrapper, yeah, will not activate the class ability. So you attack a tactician, he doesn't get an extra turn. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. And it applies stagger, so enemies can't dodge attacks. That's really awesome as well. And the Tactician Safeguard is really awesome as well, because you're immune to exhausted. Great. And no, I have to breathe heavily, because if you have the synthetic cube, you can use several functions of it as a quick action, because debuff actions that are not quick actions may be a quick action once per round. So just think of that. You got the improbability field, or the first function with which applies disoriented and remove debuffs. Quick action now, by chance of course, but well, that's awesome. Just think of all the possibilities. I use it with a snappy service, so I have now buff and debuff actions as a quick action. That's awesome, you guys. And it applies Hobble, so your enemy Quicksilver might have stealthy attacks in the future. Great to have. Let's go for the generalist. It isn't out yet. So if you ask me what to buy, I can't give you a ranking, because it all depends on your team. All those suits are really great to have, and yeah, you gotta think of your main PvP team and then decide. They're all great. I can't decide. I'm glad I have them all. So that was the tips from your favorite YouTube channel, Click Skills, and made you mercenaries.